Imagine holding your Aadhaar card, a passport, a voter ID, and like a driving license, and realizing that legally, not a single one of those documents actually proves you are an Indian citizen.
It is pretty wild to think about.
Right. Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a really fascinating daily digest from the Curated news group. They've been dropping these brisk factual bulletins on WhatsApp and Telegram for 5 years now.
Yeah, they pull strictly from major dailies. And looking at today's 13 items, there's a brilliant sort of unintended theme here.
Oh, the friction between our digital ambitions and physical reality.
Exactly. And we can start right there with that maze of identity documents you mentioned, which TOI, the Times of India, covered.
Yeah, so your Aadhaar is just for ID, your passport is strictly for travel, the voter ID lets you vote, the ration card is for subsidized food, and electricity bill proves where you live.
And your license just proves you can drive.
Right. They all serve incredibly narrow administrative purposes, but none of them establish root citizenship.
The curator of our notes actually had a great reflection on this, which I'm just going to read verbatim. Quote, "So how does one prove citizenship? Who knows? They may come out with a new rule. If you have any three out of the above, you're a citizen." End quote.
I mean, that bureaucratic tangle translates perfectly to how the state handles digital regulation versus physical infrastructure. Look at the Deccan Herald piece on the FCRA rules.
The Foreign Contribution Regulation Act.
Yeah. If you're an Indian NGO receiving foreign funds, the government now demands pristine digital transparency. You have to disclose your websites, your social media, and every single publication.
It's a total digital dragnet. But then you contrast that with another Deccan Herald report from Bengaluru. The city just launched a Safe Footpath campaign.
Right, mandating that shop owners clear physical encroachments by July 1st and promising to finally repair uneven paths.
The disconnect is so jarring. We can digitally track a global transaction down to an NGO's Instagram account, but we're still, physically tricking over local footpaths.
We really see that same gap with global wealth, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. The Wall Street Journal published data showing over 500,000 people globally now possess a net worth exceeding $30 million.
Which is a staggering figure.
It is. But the real-world physical upside to that wealth concentration is philanthropic bandwidth. It drastically increases the capital pool for charities.
True. And domestically, the business standards breakdown of Huron's 2025 Burgundy Private India 500 shows Reliance still leading the pack for 5 consecutive years.
Yeah, but Party Airtel actually created the largest wealth difference in that same span.
Entirely because of how aggressively they scaled physical telecom infrastructure.
Which powers the next massive data point. Business Standard reported that transaction volumes on the BHM Payments app have more than tripled in a single year.
Wait, tripled?
Yeah. In May 2026 alone, it processed 26,952 crore rupees. The NCPI basically built a digital backbone that removes all friction from moving money.
But removing friction also removes speed bumps for criminals. Business Standard notes, there was a plan to compensate victims of small-value digital frauds up to 50,000 rupees, capping the payout at 25,000.
But that implementation just got delayed to January 1st, 2027.
Because banks lack the administrative infrastructure to process millions of micro-fraud claims. Our curator's note hit the nail on the head here. Quote, looks like banks push back on this.
Yeah, systems breaking under pressure. Speaking of which, the climate data is terrifying. Business Standard reports Pissos, France, hit a lethal 44.3 degrees Celsius.
And TOI notes parts of Mumbai received 340 millimeters of rainfall in just 24 hours.
Completely destroying a June record set back in 2015.
To handle the massive grid strain from these extremes, the Wall Street Journal notes the U.S. is planning to build 10 new nuclear reactors by 2035.
It's basically the only power dense enough to meet that demand.
Meanwhile, WSJ also reports Procter & Gamble just introduced Tide tiles called Evo. I have to ask, does the laundry industry really need another variant?
Well, it's a supply chain mechanism to strip water weight and plastic out of shipping.
I mean, sure, but it feels a bit trivial compared to building nuclear reactors.
Fair point. Let's pivot to legacy systems that just keep working. Deccan Herald highlighted Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 2 goals against Uzbekistan.
Making him the first player to ever score in 6 World Cup appearances. He is a machine.
He really is. And for our final legacy update from TOI, on October 10th, London's Royal Albert Hall is screening a 4K version of the 1975 Hindi hit Chalet.
Oh, wow.
And they're having the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra play Artie Berman's score live.
That's amazing. The curator's personal note on this is actually my favorite part of today's digest. Quote, I've seen at least 2 different endings, both in theaters. Does anyone else remember this? No, just me then. Damn, I'm old.
That is
It
fantastic.
really is. I want to leave you with this thought to ponder. Look at the bizarre contrast in the timelines we unpacked today. Globally, we have the technology to seamlessly resurrect a 1975 cinema masterpiece in 4K with a live orchestra today. Yet if your digital bank account gets hacked tomorrow, you apparently have to wait until 2027 just to get basic compensation.
Definitely something to think about.